Hi, how's it in the name of Christ? How you doing? It's your girl Cranky. Get Karabo. I hope you're good. I hope you're peachy, and I hope you're stellar, and I hope you're in a neat little bunch. Okay, let's try that again. Hi, how's it in the name of Christ? How you doing? It's your girl Cranky. Get Karabo. I hope you are good. I hope you are peachy. I hope you're stellar, and I hope you're in a neat little bunch. If you're not, welcome to the party. Is that just not the story of our lives? Did I prefer that other one? Yeah. This thing is so loud. I just wish it wasn't, but it is. And I need to be cool. Today is the 30th of December 2024, just in case you were wondering. It's a whatever day. It's a sad day. It's a broken-hearted day, but we deal, we live, we survive. Anywho, anyhow. So, praise Jesus Christ. Me, I am planning for the future. I'm planning for the future, and it's just like a thing. The topic of the day is, I don't care. Ew. I'm not going to be affected by all that. Yeah. I don't care. Ew. I'm not going to be affected by all that. That's the topic of the day. It is already almost 10 p.m. at night, but it's all good in the hood because it's December, boss. Therefore, it doesn't really matter that we are recording at strange hours, because at the end of the day, all that matters is what Jesus is doing, and will have us rather just keep achieving. Mamelang, guys, because it's already 10 at night, I don't intend to be here for like ever in a day. It's like going on 10 p.m. I spent a whole chunky handsome amount of time before coming here to record, just all frazzled and beaten down by the fact that I have an application that I can't use the kind of makeup that I want to use. Look, CapCut frazzled me. It frazzled me. It took away my bold eye look, and it took away my eyelashes, and I was just like, what? Right? CapCut has also taken away eyelashes. Can you believe it? Can you? If you can't, I get it. I get it. It also took away eyelashes. Well, not just eyelashes, but like, you know, chunk of makeup, like a whole bunch of makeup looks. I've been lamenting about makeup for a minute, guys. I've been lamenting. That's how strongly I feel about this. Okay? It took away makeup from even PC, but with PC, the makeup that was taken away, I'm walking away. I'm walking away. Oh, just stay, like Bobby, please. Just stay. On PC, the makeup that it took, because not all the makeup that it took on mobile. I guess CapCut makes more money on mobile and is more hectic on mobile than PC. You can tell because of what they are doing on mobile. They're out here robbing everybody of peace, but they're a business. They get to do whatever they want to do. Okay? However, I also am running a business, and I'm gonna do what I also want to do. Whether or not people want to believe that I'm running a business is irrelevant, because that's exactly what's going good. That's exactly what's going down, and I don't care that anybody just so happens to think that that's not what's good. I'm not afraid, I'm not very afraid, but it's all good in the hood for those who think that they can make me afraid. At the end of the day, I'm coming in the name of Christ. I'm sorry, I'm editing in the background. Look, the whole makeup thing, it has really frazzled me. It has made my eyebrows bushy, and I'm not happy with all that, right? I'm unhappy. I'm really very unhappy. And I've been beating around the bush, like pillaring to posting, just, you know, lefting and righting, upping and downing, spinning on the spot, and all such activity. I've been doing all that. The past couple of, like, maybe it's been a week now, 2 weeks. When did CapCut do this to me? When did it break my heart? Like, Billy Ray Cyrus, I'm broke and I don't have time for them to wreak havoc in my life because I'm broke. My achy breaky heart, I just don't think it understands, okay? But then they're breaking my heart, my achy breaky heart, and I don't know what's up with all that. It's breaking me heartio, and I'm just like, whatever. So it's been like 2 weeks that the heart has been broken. I've been out here beating around the bush on the application from pillar to post left, right up and down, like any kind of which way direction, trying to figure out what's good. What shall I do? And I'm not happy with the makeup looks that it's been giving me, and makeup has become integral to my thing that I'm doing here. I'm an artiste. It's all very fun for me to do the stuff that I do, so for me to be robbed of artistry is just like taxing. It's very taxing. It's taxing like your books that are cooked. It's taxing, and it's not even evading all that tax. Like, yo, you know what I mean? It's all been very taxing, and I am disquieted by the prospect of being taxed, seeing as I am unemployed. So, I shouldn't be getting taxed, but I'm taxed by whatever is going on with this CapCut machine. So, after it broke my heart like Billy Ray Cyrus, I just sat there pining like a widow, feeling sorry for myself. Like, oh. Everybody hates me so much. They just want to go and disturb my peace. Just taking away everything I've ever loved. What did I ever do? What did I ever do to you? I don't deserve this. Huh? I don't deserve this. I did that for 2 weeks, but then started to like dilly-dally around, hopping up and down on the spot like a kangaroo in all these apps on some give me makeup. CapCut took away my makeup. Give me makeup. Anybody got spare makeup? I was like a hobo. Do you got spare makeup? Do you got spare makeup? Do you got spare makeup? Anybody want to spare some makeup? Do you want to spare me makeup? Please spare me makeup. I want makeup. Spare makeup, please. I don't have anything. I can't put any blush on my cheeks. I don't have eyelashes. Look at me. I'm so emaciated of eyeshadow. Anybody got contouring to spare? Anybody got a bit of lipstick to spare? Anybody got spare makeup? Spare makeup. Broke cranky be going around from app to app asking for spare makeup, spare makeup. Anybody got change? Change. I need spare makeup. Give me spare. Cause I'm poor. So I be asking for makeup like it's change. Anybody got spare change? Give me R2. I need spare change. Yeah, running around Google Play, pillar to post, trying to find makeup that's actually gonna give me the effect that I'm gunning for. Cause quality is importante in my life. It's very importante. I want makeup. I have to be beautiful. I have to be very pretty, so that I can humiliate those who have held me hostage. I just have to be so pretty in the middle of all this damsel in distressing that it'll be clear that they are such worthless dogs. It's got to be evident that I'm held hostage against my will, because we live in an era of pretty privilege. People be rocking up on social media just looking very cute, and albeit saying nothing at all of any level of relevance, they are nonetheless getting gazed upon because they're so pretty. It is the last days, and this thing is loud, but I am hot. Anyway, let's put it down. Maybe we'll calm down if we stop saying spare makeup, spare makeup, spare makeup, give me spare. Anyway, cool beans and bananas, listen. We are living in the last days. It's the last, can't deal. Okay, we are living in the last days. It's written in God's word that that's the thing. When we make observation of certain activity, and in the last days, people are lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, etc. That's in 2 Timothy 3. Okay? Yeah. I'm sorry, spare makeup. Maybe I won't burp if you give me that spare makeup. Anyway, yeah. Okay, we're living in like a horrible time in the history of the human race. The wicked will do wickedly still, according to Daniel 12, while the righteous will understand, but the wicked won't understand. It's a bad time. It's a time of just crazy, and people are pushing each other off buildings because they can. People are shoving each other off plateaus because they can. People are precipitously endangering others' lives because they just can. It's a terrible time. And unless all that which glitters is totally gold, and you glitz and you glam and you shine and you pop out like a pimple, ain't nobody gonna be out here looking at you. My life is already kind of sucky dupe. And I'm already kind of buried. I'm already kind of underneath some shrubs, and I am already somewhat of a needle in a haystack. And so if I'm gonna get found, I gotta be a pure gold needle with some diamond encrusting on it. Because this here haystack is not trying to let anybody know that I'm buried in it. So absent of the sun shining on the haystack, and there be something obviously gold glittering in the haystack that's gonna cause a passerby to just kind of dig up that needle, I'm sorry, ain't nobody gonna give. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna have my back, and I need my back to be had. And it's written in God's word in John 10. I read you guys that yesterday, did I not? It was a wonderful time. And now I'm gonna put this down because it's so loud. I read to you guys yesterday from John 10, just in case you were hanging out with me. Thank you. If not, I shall remind you. I did read from John 10, and it is written therein. Was it John 10 that too? But also in Matthew 13, that behold, I have sent you out there in these streets as sheep among wolves. Therefore you must be innocent as a dove, though shrewd as a snake. Okay, so in other words, you have to be cunning, you have to be sharp, spectacular, you have to make like Grease Man, you have to roll a blade when everybody else is jogging. You have got to have one up on these people. It's written in God's word that though the enemy may come at us like a flood, though the enemy may come at you like a flood, okay, God will raise up a standard above him. And this here is the standard that God is raising up. We have to be shrewd as snakes. Snakes are slitherers. They're smooth criminals. Snakes are Trojan horses. They're things that pierce into an ecosystem. Whether or not somebody be out here preferring that they should pierce into an ecosystem, they come in unannounced and they don't knock. They just rock up and scare everybody in the room because, oh my goodness, what? Something is slithering in a corner. What are we gonna do? Yeah. Sheep, however, are innocent, so there is a purity to said snakes as these. They are these anacondas chilling around in Sweet Boulevard. They are bearing the fruit of the Holy Spirit, but they don't buy skellum. Okay? They don't take prisoners. They don't take anything lying down. They slap if slap must be done. But they turn the other cheek if turn the other cheek must be done. There is a time for everything. Sword for a sword, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, but there's also a time to turn the other cheek. And snakes gotta know when to do that right, okay? You have to be like a snake and essentially think like the world. Otherwise, you're done for. I spoke about that the other day. It's boiling, okay? I spoke that the other day about that, and I spoke about how it is that people with all of these monitoring spirit doctrines of theirs are hiding themselves from social media at their own peril, because everybody is on social media, and if you want to disappear into the cracks here in society, you will disappear all in the interest of running away from some next door neighbor witch that aren't here be surveilling you on social media. It's not going to do anything for you. You got to fight for your right to exist amidst a people, for your right to just spread yourself on these streets like butter on some bread. You have got to fight for your right to fill the earth and occupy it. You've got to fight for your right to scream, shout, if that's what you desire to do. If you are light, you got to put yourself on a table and indeed shine before all. What salt is salt, if at all? What good is salt, if at all that salt has lost its saltiness? You've got to be all salty. You've got to be all spicy. And you've got to be all zesty and zazzy. You've got to be like chicken licking hot wings. Because if you're not going to take out the babalas out of anybody. It's that basic. We are disciples of the Lord Jesus Christ, and we are to be making more disciples of human individuals on the planet. However, there are other human individuals on the planet are just disastrously trying to prevent that from being a thing. And there is no whipping and whacking these randos out the way without being ornate sometimes. You've got to be ostentatious, kind of showy every so often. You have got to ransack them with all that glitters that since you're in the kingdom of heaven, it's totally gold. It's not fool's gold, but no. The wicked are perpetually working tooth and nail to ascertain that you do a dead beat, a dead break, let's stop thing, like I'm walking away, because they think you're an old school musician. I'm sorry, I apologize. I've got no other thing here that I'm doing other than gathering for Jesus Christ a people for his own possession, seeing as that's the only reason why he rescued me out from the flames of hell. Okay, I have a job. Now that that's clear and overt, I realized that CapCut is standing on my toes. I discovered that it is doing a strange thing. It's anomalous. It's shifting left when I want it to move right, and it's going up when I desire that it should go down. It is not a thing I desire. And this, not TikTok. Did I say TikTok? I wanted to say CapCut. Listen, I did let you guys know that ByteDance, that company, it's like, it's gonna fall apart because TikTok and Differland in its totality is just gonna cease to be. Maybe they'll maintain CapCut, I don't know, but like CapCut is really just like a subsidiary of TikTok, okay? It was all like one big fat meshy company, and look at this meshy company actually taking away my peace and my joy. It's written in God's word. Listen, okay, because like it's a thing. It's written in the Lord's amazing word that if anybody gives so much as a cup of water to drink for the least of these of my disciples, they will surely not struggle to receive their reward or something. Okay, yeah, that's what's written in God's holy and amazing word. So, however, you can imagine that when you do take away glasses of water from disciples, much more than evident is it that you are about to lose a reward. So, TikTok is about to lose a reward, ByteDance is about to lose a reward, they're getting all feverishly arrogant, pomp. It's okay, they're a business, they get to be that way. Bottom line, it's about the bottom line. But this decision of theirs is, frankly, mistaken. It is only made hastily, with their noses first diving in, breaking teeth and everything, because they are in a grandiose amount of forecasting assumption that they're gonna be here in 5 years. They're assuming that they're just going to continue to grow from strength to strength, being utilized by all nations worth of content creators, because they started out, their app was once free, their captions were free on mobile. It was just like free to do stuff there, and then it just started getting less and less free. Even the background remove became less free, like stuff just started becoming pro. And while it's an excellent application, I'm not going to take that away from them. Them going pro would have been okay. It's okay, like you get to make money, like really, God said work by the sweat of your brow, but not when you are out here persecuting the body of Christ and ransacking them, wreaking havoc in their lives and shooting their unfortunate feet down. You know what I mean? TikTok is from China of which is not very pro-Christ, okay? But never mind it not being very pro-Christ, it also is wreaking quite a lot of handsome havoc in the lives of Christians on its platforms, which is something that many other social media companies are doing. Like Facebook is doing that, right? They are known to be quite blasphemous and sacrilege. Similarly too is Instagram, which is like, you know, now them and Facebook are like the same thing, BFFs, they've become identical twins or whatever, conjoined at the hip. And so too is Facebook, not Facebook, what is this, YouTube? Look, social media platforms are harassing the body of Christ. But I have been making mention of the fact that of late that the US of America, because of their turn from just a ganstrosity as a general grain, Jesus Christ is going to award them one last shot to do a better thing. So as a result of rewarding them one last shot to do a better thing, there's going to be a change of management. I've done videos, the past 2 videos that I've done, please go like hammer them down, just hunker down and just gawk at them like that. Listen carefully to understand how in the world that's going to happen, why there's going to be a change of management, but it has everything to do with basically a whole chunk of corruption that's going to do away with certain management in these social media companies as a result of basically, you know, threats of treason against the country, all in its entirety, that is America. So there's going to be a change on of leadership in social media companies because their strategy is from top down. The strategies of these companies are top down in benefit of America. It's frankly like a national strategy to basically use their social media platforms to empower their country. It makes sense. It's an information war, and we are living in an information age. So if you've got like the world's biggest information portals yo, you gonna use it to make yourself like a beef jerk, right? That's what's good. And there have been threats to America's beef jerking as a result of crazy people in America alongside crazy people across the continents where they have businesses, where they've got little franchises. As a result of these franchises being uprooted, largely in Africa, there's going to be a change in management, in staffing. They're chilling in American social media platforms. As a result of a change of leadership, there's going to be less. Way less, maybe like, okay, let me not say way less, that's a bit, extreme. Let's say maybe like 35% less persecution on the body of Christ on social media platforms. So Facebook is going to basically be less crazy, so too will YouTube be less crazy seasonally, not for very long. The Antichrist system is always going to find another way to hurt us, right? That's what's good. Mara, seasonally, there's going to be some kind of recovery to normalness for Christian content creators. It's going to be like it's 2009 all over again. Okay. It's going to be like it's 2007 all over again, and YouTube did not quite learn that they can hurt people, using their platforms. For 5 seconds, really, it's not going to last. In this season, there's going to be a grandiose amount of prosperity for Christian content creators, and everybody's going to be happy and peachy. Right next to their strategy in protecting their national sovereignty, America, that is, they're going to shut down, absolutely close the doors of TikTok on Americans. They're going to say, sorry guys, you're going to have to move over to Facebook. Okay, go over to Instagram, little child. Try something else, okay? Discord, Telegram, ever heard of those? Twitter, go there. But you can't work your whole thing that you're doing anymore on that TikTok machine. Unless, of course, you've got a virtual private network. So, absent of Americans having VPNs, they're not going to be able to use TikTok for national security purposes in the Americas, right? Not in the Americas, just the one America, the one up top, the North Americas. Yeah, that's what's scared. Well, I mean, really, the VPN clientele that are still going to be using TikTok are not enough sufficiently for there to still be a financial powerhouse as you're pumping money into ByteDance, which is a Chinese company. So ByteDance is going to slowly but surely start to breathe its last. It's going to flap like a little fishy outside of the ocean without any water, without any breath in its lungs, and it's going to eventually just kind of close offices, sell itself off in bits and pieces like Lego pieces, until it's just like MySpace or something. That's what's good. That's what's gonna happen to ByteDance, okay? Because of American investment just no longer going into that platform, and with content creators across the world needing American dough, they're just going to be like, hardy buddy, sorry, no, we needed America cut us off because we were out here hovering our spy balloons over their airspace, and we were making it clear that we don't care that we're feeding you a chunk of fentanyl, and so they pulled out. Eventually they stopped doing this with us. They saw that we were surveilling them through our social media platforms, that it was a strategy, and so finally they made a decision to snip us in the bud, and now there's no more American finance coming through. That's what's good. Therefore it's gonna wither away, meaning that this little segment of it that is what you call this thing, CapCut, which is from which is really just like a ByteDance thing. It's a ByteDance video editing software. CapCut is going to be torn. ByteDance, that is the company, it's gonna be torn as to, okay, what do we do? There's American content creators are just still using our platform. They're still using our thingamabobby. So what can we watch? How we do? They're gonna sing that song. They're gonna sing a song like they're freshly ground. Oh, what would you do when they take away TikTok on their platforms? Oh, what will we do when we don't have American investment on our platform? Would you recognize it's the people I needed to thrive, my moneying thing? Would you recognize that I shot myself in the foot? But hey, that's just what we do politically when we're trying to take over the sovereignty of another country. What will I do with all this CapCut and Americans editing on it? What shall I do with all this software editor that's sitting here for their leisure? It's gonna sing freshly grounds. I'd like to charge you One time, I'd like to go and use to award all the features on Pro now. I'd like to make more and more features Pro all the time. Oh, I would like to make CapCut too expensive to use. Wow, wow. It's gonna sing I'd like, alright? It's gonna make like freshly ground after releasing a fresh beat that we're all gonna be bopping to and making TikTok more and more expensive. Right now, it's, I guess, a flat rate type establishment thing, but with the flat rate, they are just taking away free features, and they're making them pro. Like, they're just making them pro. Like, so crazy. They're busy taking away everything from like children actually used to eating ice cream, and they're just making stuff pro. And they can afford to do that while ByteDance is just thriving as a company, because TikTok is just this like massive social media platform out here doing its thing, giving America a run for its money and everything. What have you. That's what's good, yeah. But with it having been shut out of American systems because of American national security, they're just gonna have to deal, these Americans, just like proper gonna have to deal that there's no TikTok anymore. Slowly but surely, TikTok is going to also disappear all over the world, and ByteDance is gonna try to keep itself aloft with the feature that is CapCut. And in so being that way, it's now going to charge to try and recoup the cost of losing American financing. It's going to charge for its video editing software and start to become kind of ridiculous, almost like it's like, Final Cut Pro or something. It's going to start becoming ridiculous like it's Filmora. Not that Filmora is any good, but it certainly like charges for, it makes features, it's impossible. Okay, like they started like adding stuff on the platform, right? Like right now, as you can see, this video is, I don't know if it's going to be edited using CapCut or what, but if it is, you will know, because there's going to be a little CapCut watermark at the top over there. Yeah, things like watermarks. Look, I don't mind the CapCut watermark. My videos just have it, okay? I don't mind the CapCut watermark. Ever since it rocked out but doing its thing in these streets, I've just left it there, okay? Yeah, it's small, it's barely noticeable, and it's just whatever. I don't care. Frankly, it's kind of cute. Like, I think it's like a ribbon on my hair, so I just leave it at the top left of my content. But the watermark, the addition of the watermark was basically a show of force, almost like Kim Jong-un actually sending an ICBM over Taiwan, right? Not Taiwan, sorry, but over South Korea, or even Xi Jinping actually flying some strange stuff over Taiwan. It was a show of force with TikTok actually just putting their watermark on videos and saying that you've only got 3 watermarks to export. Right, you've only got 3 attempts to have a watermark-free video, and like I said, I don't really mind that watermark. It's like a ribbon on my hair. It's cute, it's like a ribbon on my hair, and the only reason I consider it to be like a ribbon on my hair is because CapCut has been so helpful to give me high quality videos on $0, on 0 rand, 0 rupee, 0 euro. Give me a currency, I'm on that zero business, okay? Somebody out your flatlining tending towards zero financially needs an application that's going to be removing background for me without me getting any real problems with watermarks and whatnot. Like most apps, when you want to remove background on photographs, when you want to remove background and whatnot, yeah, they're gonna like charge you for it or whatever. It's just expensive. It's just ridiculous. Not that I need anything with a green screen in the background, but stuff like that. They took away those features, especially on CapCut Mobile. They took away background remove. They took away captions. They took away filler words. Like there was a time when in your captioning you could also remove filler words. They took it away, and they took it away in the free spaces. However, you see the difference. So I use CapCut both on my PC alongside on my mobile device, and there are differences in how they roll around with CapCut Mobile versus PC. On PC, they're a lot more lenient because I would imagine the grandest majority or chunk of audience for CapCut is mobile users, right? So that's where they out here making like Pac-Man eating away at free features and making them pro. And I've been noticing the stuff going on, and I need to edit on my cell phone alongside on my desktop, my PC, because of the fact that it's just so onerous for me to do everything on my PC, because my PC is like a dinosaur. It's old. I've had it like since 2015. It's a Mac computer that I've had since 2015, and it's really slow. So everything goes really slowly. And I am working with a clock, baby. Okay, I'm working with a crazy clock. That's what's good. Prophecy don't got time to be waiting for a snail-paced rando in these streets, and my computer is snail-paced. Because of how slow it is, I can only have so many thingamabobbies open at a time, like applications open at a time, and everything just like transports or exports super slowly. I also have a preference. I do like to remove silences in my videos, but I don't these days, especially with the interludes. I don't remove silences because it just takes so long for me to run stuff through Time Bolt and remove the tithe, the watermark, and all that jazz. What a fish paste. So some of my stuff has silences removed. The animated component of my videos also has silences removed, and whatnot. But then there are videos where I don't remove silences. I just record videos at 3 minutes at a time, so as to create some kind of engagement, some kind of pacing, some kind of, you know, like, yeah, flipping it up, switching it up, stuff like that. Yeah, I just pause and I record, pause and record. So the 3-tier process of finally getting my content published is just exquisitely taxing on me, and it delays my delivery. I feel as if though sometimes, you know, there are seasons where I am so afflicted by spiritual war that absent of me posting every single day, I cannot globber anybody. I can't glap anyone. I can't, you know, flying kick like Bruce Lee anybody. And my enemies are in dire need of a flying kick. They're in dire need of being sprinkled on their eyes like something very peppery, like pepper spray, or just dust, like Van Damme, go blood sport in the eyes, like, yeah, something of that nature, right? They need something to ransack them daily. Sometimes daily. There are times when I can skip a day or two because, you know, God is giving me reprieve, He's giving me relief, He's giving me Zanzibar, He's giving me reclined chair. But for the larger majority, I gotta rock up here every day in order to clobber some people, out here flying kick somebody, right? I can't fly kick with apps out here slowing down, walking around like a sloth. So editing on my PC, my content, like every single day, the stuff that I need to get out in a minute is absolutely and comprehensively unacceptable. Like, it's not even an option. Only when I've got other background content can I edit on my PC, right? And the stuff that I edit on my PC also, I tend to have run through Time Bolt. So that's the first step that goes down. And then the exporting takes longer on my PC because it's so slow, as opposed to on my cell phone device. And on my PC, I find that the content, once it is exported, basically once it's already on my desktop, and I'm now uploading it onto YouTube, it takes so much longer to upload because it's bigger. Even when it's standard definition, I'm already sure what that's about, okay? So content exported from my PC is always just bigger, even when it's SD, standard definition. So it takes longer to upload on YouTube. And I'm chilling at the back of my mom's house in some kind of a hut. And this hut is kind of somewhat far from the router. So the internet is not at its fastest speeds. Like right now I'm even looking at like fall asleep and rest, the best sleep Bible verses, and it's just this like that round thing just going and going because it's not catching internet, and I'm not really sure why it's not catching internet. Type establishment thing. Every so often my stuff does not catch internet. Yeah, I moved my computer a little bit and now it's caught internet. Type establishment, now it's not on internet anymore, whatever. Yeah, so every so often my computer does stuff like that back here. So I find that when my content has exported from my cell phone device, stuff like this is not a challenge, not an issue. A video that's an hour long can upload over 15 minutes, just 15 minutes, sometimes 9 minutes on a really good day when it's come off my cell phone. But on my PC, oh guys, like proper a video that I have exported from CapCut PC can take 2 hours to upload, the 1 hour video. 2 hours. And I'm just like, when I look at the quality of the video on YouTube, it looks the same. There is a slight reduction in definition. I can tell it's a little bit more pixelated on YouTube, but it's still the same. Like what is this though? The one that was exported off my PC and the one that was exported off my cell phone device, and yet the one that was exported off my cell phone device took so much longer to upload. So because of all such issues as these, I have realized that life is just so much easier when I'm working with a cellular device, which is why I am working on getting my iPhone corrected. I'm gonna go to Chinatown. I spoke about that the other day. I think in yesterday's video actually, or day before, whatever, some other video. If you watch me with any level of consistency, you would know. I'm gonna go to Chinatown because I've come into some money. I'm gonna go to Chinatown and have my iPhone 6 battery replaced so that I can use my cell phone, my iPhone 2, so I can have two phones. So I can have the iPhone and this phone, so I can try and do as much work as I can possibly do on my cell phone devices without having to use my PC, because my PC is a sloth. It is slovenly. It is taking its merry time. It's like the wicked servant in the Bible that's going to be thrown in the outer darkness, bound hand and foot and everything. It's not bearing fruit for me, but it's the only PC I got, and we are just rolling with it until further notice. So that's just kind of what's going on. That's what's good. That's what's up and that's what's down. So it therefore has been quite taxing for me to deal with all of this haphazard activity of ByteDance on on mobile. This activity of vacillating up and down, moving left and right and shaking on the spot like an epileptic of CapCut, it's really frazzling, it's troubling me. And I could tell that it was not going to end well, like from long ago already. Even with PC, the way that they were out here rolling around on mobile, I noticed the daylight theft of certain features that I was actually using. I mean, just in terms of the makeup alone, let's talk about the makeup, right? In the beginning, I could change tone, like for my exercise when I was still working out. That is a sight for sore eyes for me. It's a sore point. We need to go back to squatting. But anyway, it shall happen because God is gracious. All right. But when I was working out, I used a certain light outside that sort of kind of shone very brightly on my body, and it just made me look kind of ghostly. So I used CapCut's skin tone, like it's skin tone, right? It's skin tone filter that can darken you, that can basically make you look more your own skin tone, like make you look like a black chick instead of like a white chick that's kind of tanned. Yeah, type establishment thing. My videos look like a white chick that's tan no matter how much I could adjust lighting and everything, and I didn't like that because, and the reason why it was coming off that way was, yes, because of my white cast sunscreen on the face, but I don't wear sunscreen on my body, but nonetheless I actually looking being ashy. I be out there looking ashy, right, in my videos, and I preferred to look more like my skin tone. So I used the TikTok skin tone filter, like as in make me look like a brown girl, because that's who I is, you know what I mean, that's who I be. And I was just rolling in it sweetly for a while, and I was so glad that I actually be looking normal in my dance videos. And then one day I go in there and I'm trying to export, and then TikTok tells me what is this? There's an error. There's no internet access. And I'm like, why would I need internet access? Because back here my phone does not catch on Wi-Fi. It's because it's a pro feature. They just made it pro. Like all of a sudden one day on a random Sunday, they made Skin Tone Pro. I was like, huh? Look, there were two skin tone filters that they had made free. It was like for black and white people. It's like they had chosen two colors that would suit darker people and lighter people, and they were free, and I would go for the almond one. Yeah, that was the one that was actually looking like my skin tone. It was gone one day, and I just had to accept me looking like an ashy bean working out because I had no more tone changes, no more tone adjusters on my skin. Even the white cast sunscreen that I wear on my face, I was able to slay it and make it not show because of that tone filter. It made it look like my sunscreen. It made it look like my sunscreen does not have a white cast. I've got a white cast sunscreen. It is the cheapest one that I got that doesn't break me out into acne, so I use it because it doesn't break me out into acne, but it makes me look like a ghost. You know what I'm saying? Like a ghost. And yeah, I can't be rolling these streets without sunscreen, so until such time that I'm rolling in the dough, I'm gonna use that sunscreen. And these apps enabled me to not look, two shades. Like, out you looking powdery here like a ghost, and then everywhere else it's me. Anyway, whatever, okay? TikTok took all that away from me. Like ripping candy out of a baby's mouth. It was easy for them because I'm poor. Like, change, give me makeup change, give me change, makeup spare change. TikTok made me a hobo for makeup. It made me a hobo for filters. Like, I need quality content because shrewd as a snake, innocent as a dove. Can't be out here looking like just raw gangster in front of some people. Like, I can't be out here rocking up with like some crazy looking videos with no editing and just like proper two tones, one on the face, one on the neck. Like, what's going on? It's like those people that put on a face of makeup and then don't put it on their neck, and you can see that their neck is looking brown, but here's like ash. Like, no. Hey, TikTok, it did that to me. It broke my heart. Like Billy Ray Cyrus. Fine, I found a way around it. I found a workaround on other applications. I've been finding workarounds using other apps. I've been finding workarounds using other apps that even out your skin tone without you having to basically focus on skin tone for face and skin tone for whatever, right? So even though me standing in front of the mirror, I can see that I'm white cast on the face and here I'm slightly darker. When I put on a certain filter, it just gives me one blanket skin tone. So I had to go to other apps to get that done, right? I had to go to other apps to get that did, y'all, because TikTok out here threw me out in the cold. It threw me out in the icy winter to you know, survive on my own, even though I was yet to be weaned off all that comfort in front of some firewood, you know what I mean, and like a fireplace. Very well. That was the first thing to go that I noticed. And then next thing, they started taking eyelashes away. There was this eyelash look that I absolutely used to love. It was like my go-to default on the free plan, both on PC alongside on mobile. It was called Nature. Nature are these like scattered eyelashes that are kind of long, and at the uppermost height of them, they're just really very dramatic. And I like the dramatic eyelash look. I spoke about that yesterday in the video that I did. Nature disappeared on Pro. Nature disappeared on PC. Sorry, Nature. That eyelash look, Hashem. It found feet too. Nature also found feet. My phone is so hot and I don't know why, because it's like night. Okay, it's like super night, and yet the phone is like out just scorching. Anyway, whatever, but hopefully it's not gonna switch off my phone. But I'm recording videos at 3-minute intervals, so if I lose content, it's not so much, right? Anyway, whatever. Yeah, Nature made like a bird and it flew, drank Red Bull, and then next thing, what is the other? Nature disappeared. Some other looks disappeared, and then in terms of the overall looks, right? They were, okay, I can't tell you exactly which ones, but they were overall makeup looks, like as in a whole full face beat, right? That went from being free to pro. And so you could not play around with it too much. I was cool. My favorite look anyway was California, and that one is still free, still to this day, but it's been made favorite precisely because of the fact that it's free. But there are other looks that are just like internet connection used to be free, but now it's not. Anyway, you get my point, all right? Now it's not. And then in terms of the eyelashes, Nature disappeared. So too did other eyelash looks. And I was like, whatever, as long as there's something that has got longish eyelashes in it, I'm good. So Western, I ended up then using Western, which is also kind of longish, but it's not quite at the level of Nature. And the eyelashes come out on the side that way, as opposed to Nature, which goes a little bit higher up. Whatever, cool. I was willing to use Western. And when you supplement it with a wing eyeliner, it looks like the eyelashes are like super long, right? Yeah, okay, very well. And then like off late, they took away all eyeliner looks. They took away all eyelash looks. Literally all the eyelash looks are gone. You can only use the eyelashes that come with the looks that are left. And the looks that are left for you to use, there's only like 3, or let's just say 2, that are feasible and acceptable on their own, and even then not at the highest amount. Like the blush is too extreme. Like Mystic's blush is too extreme. California is kind of boring because the eyelashes don't pop that much. And then there's this other one called Free Freckles, and the freckles can be too extreme. If you know, however, if you lower them so that the freckles don't show so much, you lose the eyelashes. It's just like basically the parameter, the end going up and down and whatnot. So if you like a bold eyelash look and what have you, you're done for, right? And you're just stranded with this. You're stranded with this. So I come from a season or an era where I was like, okay, fine, look, I'll use the makeup on PC. But if I'm using the makeup on PC, because on PC they didn't change it up like that. If I use the makeup on PC, I now am facing the danger, the risk, the situation that is out here crawling up my skirt of a slow computer, coupled with the fact that I'm currently editing stuff off Timebolt, and I cannot have Timebolt and CapCut open at the same time on my slow computer because they take up so much space each that my computer ought to be dottering about like a geriatric, so I can only have one open, and I need to get my stuff off Timebolt. Like I need to get it, otherwise, like, you know. So I was delayed. I end up with severe backlogs if I try to use both apps on my computer. So there was a day when I did not post content because I was delayed by a whole day because of this whole process of like going to and fro, insisting on getting certain makeup looks. I was like, Karabo, you can't be that vain. You can't be that vain, girl. Yeah, you proper can't. Like, let it go. If you don't have certain makeup looks, it's okay. You'll have the basic look from TikTok. It's not like it's ugly or whatever. It's just that it's not dramatic. But that's just the thing. I need dramatic. I need dramatic. I do. Because I'm trying to be shrewd as a snake, though innocent as a dove. I gotta pop and shine and be so ornate and ostentatious that I'm hard to ignore. And that once I am discovered, found, wanted, once I am identified as a victim of psychopaths, it'll be clear that it'll be clear that not only were you super jealous, but that you literally almost killed this, like, darling of the earth. Like, you almost killed this bubbly, like, artistic butterfly, this fairy. Like, you killed a unicorn. Like, what are you doing? It has to be clear that you destroyed a piece of art, or at least trying to. It has to be evident that I was like a chilling Van Gogh, a Picasso, some kind of artwork that people were trying to hide at the back of the museum, even though it was the most showy, ornate, loud, and worthy of looking at art piece. It has to be obvious. And there's no being an art piece with eyelashes that aren't popping, with basically a makeup look that's not out just screaming, yelling, trying to stand on a rooftop, make itself known, unearthing. Like, these snipers on rooftops and their homicidal intention. I've got counter snipers, okay, in and of myself, and I'm an assassin. I'm gonna come with my own flying kick like Bruce Lee, Huan Chang. Anyway, very well. So, this here was standing in my way of all that, right? This TikTok experience was standing in my way. This CapCut experience. All this was standing in my crazy way, and I was like, you know what, we're not doing this. Like, God, look, like, they're children. Look at them go. They're strange children too. They need to seize hostilities against my person, but they're not gonna do anything of that nature, so we're gonna raise a standard, right? God, like, they're coming at me like a flood, where the standard at, and the Lord raised a standard. But let's just first go back to situation in the TikTok, it's in TikTok, sorry, I do apologize. Bite dance, like in TikTok schmixed, like the same thing, potato. But let's not be potato potatoing. It's not the same thing. Different. They're not the same thing. They are, but they're not. Potato. It's like brothers from the same household. All right. TikTok and CapCut. Very well. Okay, cool beans and banana beans. They took away all that makeup, and I told myself that I'll chill, I'll relax, I'll be cool. I'll survive, I'll breathe, I'll inhale and exhale, you know. I'll do all such stuff, I'll live, I'll make it. What's with the vanity? And besides, Karabo, what's important is what you're saying. What's important is what's coming out of that mouth, okay? What's important is that you're prophesying. What's important is that you're continuing to do what it is that you must do in the name of Jesus. So it doesn't matter that your makeup look is looking some kind of way, that things have gone awry, that stuff has fallen off the table, that an earthquake has out here dismembered your house into 3. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, people can still see it's your house. Told myself I was gonna be good with that, but like, I was just not given peace. I wasn't given peace. I couldn't deal. Every evening when I'm out here editing my content, and then I'm putting on a makeup look. I'm just like, this is not doing it. It's not killing it, kicking it. It's not massacring it. It's not body bagging it or cremating it. It's not putting it in the ground and then exhuming it, following which it then buries it again. This is not killing it. I can't, right? Like, because I need it to kill it. But I sat around in that boulevard anyway, and that's when I started to hop around from pillar to post looking for alternatives, like applications that are going to be giving me more makeup. And I told you guys yesterday in the video that I did that I encountered UCam, Makeup, and Beauty Plus. And I prefer Beauty Plus, which I am using now, mixed with some other application, because the makeup does not fall off. You're gonna have to watch yesterday's video where I used that whole makeup falling off thing analogically as to how it is that it describes the stability of Christ versus not. Okay, Mara, there are limitations on this app, on what is this, on Beauty Plus, and then the colors, there's no colors. I preferred like UCam, right, and all that jazz. You're gonna have to listen to yesterday's video. But the only reason I was out here scouring the streets for an alternative was because of the fact that I wanted my looks back. I was not satisfied. I was unhappy. And I did not want to have to use my PC to edit. Coupled with the fact that I noticed even on PC that even though PC, I don't think PC is as popular for CapCut as mobile. So they're not employing business strategies on it financially as much as they are on mobile, right? You know how back in the day with Coca-Cola, their cans used to be 340 milliliters and now they're 330. Yeah, they did that. They took away 10 milliliters as a company strategy in order to basically scale, make a lot more money from the same Coca-Cola can, just less quantity in the bottle, but for the same price. So they made a killing by making their bottles 330 milliliters instead of 340. By taking away 10 milliliters of drink, they made more money off us, and we still bought the stupid thing for the same price. Killed us. Coca-Cola. I thought it was brilliant. Anyway, it was a brilliant strategy. TikTok is a business. They get to do stuff like that. They get to out here be selling for the same price a 330 milliliter can, where before it used to be 340 milliliters. They get to make money now that they're growing big, and God would have given it to them. You get to. You're a businessman. Be frugal. Not frugal, sorry, but be industrious, okay? The Proverbs 31 woman, it is written of her that she considers a field and she buys it, and then she sees that her merchandise is profitable. So to see that something can make you money is to be industrious. It's to be a businesswoman or a businessman. It's to be savvy, and it is impressive in the sight of God. He has awarded you all that intellect to basically bumper up your profits. You get to, right? But if you are a little monstrosity against him, if you out here be passing him shade, he is not going to let you make like Coca-Cola out here innovating the living daylights out of everybody's lives, taking away 10 milliliters of drink for the same price, however charging some people you out here making some bumper booster profits. Yeah, he's not going to let you be on that trajectory indefinitely, because why would he reward wickedness? Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why would he reward a people that are out here harassing his peeps? It's written in his amazing darling word, okay, that in the millennial reign of Jesus Christ, if at all people don't come once a year to worship him there in Jerusalem, etc., he's not going to send rain down on their land. God is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him, but he also will not leave any sin unpunished. He knows how to ransack a land that's hurting his people. Israel in the days of Elijah, Jezebel, and Ahab was going through a drought that Elijah prayed concerning, so that it could not rain and stuff, because it was out here killing the people of God. It was killing the prophets of God. That's why Elijah even wanted to pass away when he was driven out into the wilderness after doing the miracle on Mount Carmel. Jezebel was like, may the gods deal with me ever so severely if by this time tomorrow Elijah is not like one of the prophets of Baal. She was threatening the guy with death and everything after he proved that God is God and not so much Baal. So Jezebel, being so homicidal and bloodthirsty for the blood of prophets, deserved a drought. You know what I mean? Yeah. A land that out here is massacring the people of God dream on about harvesting some olives, okay? Just dream. You can absolutely dream, but you see, the Lord is slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love, not willing that anybody should perish, but that all should come to a knowledge of him. Yeah, type setup thing. So it tends to take quite a minute before an economy that is crazy like perishes from blaspheming the God of the universe. The Lord has a thing about people who don't want to acknowledge him for all the wealth and the greatness that they have acquired. Think about Nebuchadnezzar as well, who, upon building his Babylon, said, look, I've built my Babylon. It's all me, I've done it. And then an angel of God rocked up and told him, you're going to eat grass for 7 years. You're going to be like a beast, essentially, until you acknowledge that you did nothing of this on your own. You were enabled along by the Lord. He indeed, lo and behold, ate grass for 7 years. When he woke up from that slumber of beastlyhood, he said, what? The nations of this world are accounted as nothing before Emmanuel. No one can say to him, what have you done? He finally acknowledged that he did not acquire all of his wealth because of himself, and only once he basically did a better thing did God then restore him to more wealth than he had at first. That's how God works. So when countries don't admit or acknowledge that God had everything to do with how awesome they thrived, God every so often puts a damper in their step. He makes out of them like a bit of a Nebuchadnezzar. Look, China cannot it can never ever wither away comprehensively, albeit being like a really super duper califragilistic expialidocious crazy country against Christians. It can never disappear altogether. It has to be strong for God's purposes. You see, the Lord either thrives a land for the sake of judging the world, or for the sake of I spoke about that the other day, harboring Christians, being a safe haven for Christians. So global superpowers, look at them, gaze upon them as with a magnifying glass, and you will discover one of two things about them. They're either safe havens for Christians or extremely persecuting of Christians for no other reason or purpose but to punish. For no other reason but to punish certain structures through them or to fulfill Bible prophecy. Russia is a superpower. So too is China, a superpower. Both nations are, China's communistic and is quite ridiculous and ungodly. Russia, not as ungodly as China, but it certainly is not as besotted with God as it once upon a time used to be. The Lord made these nations superpowers, not because they're safe havens for Christians, but because we need Russia for the war of Gog and Magog. It has to be strong, has to be powerful, has to come together with Rosh. Rosh has to come together with Push, Kut, Put, all those countries. Okay, that confederation of nations that out here is staging a coup against Israel. It has to be strong in the last days. So Russia has to be strong for that purpose. It is not because it's a holy country. It is because it is set apart for the purposes of God. It's the wicked set apart for the day of trouble. The Lord has set apart everything for its purposes, including the wicked for the day of trouble. Russia is set apart as a wicked nation for the day of the trouble of God's people. It has been set apart for Jacob's trouble. So it has to be powerful for those reasons. China might not necessarily participate in a mutiny against Israel in the battle of war and Magog and Magog, but the kings from the east that are written of that gather a mass for the battle of Armageddon that happens at the very end of the world. It is believed that 200 million man strong army, quite a chunk of it comes from China. So basically China has to be a military strength. It has to be mighty, and it has to be largely unscathed at pretty much the end of the tribulation in order for it to, together with all of these people on earth that are going to be trying to fight God, essentially arm the human race. Like China and North Korea, basically these Asian countries are going to award arms and manpower to a global citizenship that's out here lambasted by the God of heaven. And as we look at China today, what are they? They're communistic, they're extremely atheistic, they're kind of God-hating as a country, but for, of course, the beautiful remnant underground church there. And the sentiment that they have against God is because of their belief that they got this themselves. They are a very deistic country in the sense that its leaders imagine themselves God as opposed to God, to a point where they are out here trying to rewrite the Bible. A nation like that is going to, of course, pick big bones and qualms with Independence Day, aliens in the sky, basically that which is a threatening force to come and take over the power of humans China's very humanist that way. It believes in the power of people as opposed to of any son of strange deities, and that's why they like double down so much on religion.